How's it going, guys? This is Frankenstein again from Millionaire Mindset. So I get asked this question a lot. Hey Frankie, how do I reach the $1,000,000 goal? Today we'll talk about that in this video. But before we go any further, let me tell you, this video is not a get rich quick scheme that you see on internet all the time. Most, if not all of those videos are a scam. Like this guy telling you to quit your job and make $600 a week working from home, or this other guy telling you how you can get rich quick by buying a certain stock. What he's actually doing is pumping his stock. It's all a scam. There is no such thing as get rich quick. There's a very tiny bit of population who get rich quick. And quite frankly, they get lucky. This video is for the rest of us. This video is about investing and having a long-term goal. And when I say long-term, I'm talking about 10 years out, 20 years out, or even 30 years out. If that did not scare you, let's get started. So I think there's a simple 4-step formula to reach that $1,000,000 goal. First step, and an important one, is to pay off your debt. All of it. Work double jobs, drive an Uber, work night shifts, do anything but pay off that debt. Pay off those damn credit card bills. Do you have any clue how much these credit card companies charge you? They charge an upward of 15 to 25% of interest on those loans. Let's do the math here. Let's say you have $2,000 in credit card loan and you're paying about 20% interest on that loan. That 20% is about $400 in interest. That's crazy, guys. That's just crazy. Get rid of those credit card loans. Now, student loans, on the other hand, they charge about 4 to 10% interest. That's not too crazy, and honestly, that's something I can live with. But for those of you who have credit card debt and student loans, I would get rid of credit card debt first. Why? Because credit cards have the absolute worst interest rates. Wake up. By the way, when I say pay off your debt, I don't mean pay off your house. No one has that kind of money. But what I mean is pay all other major debts other than your house. Tell me something. What is the point of saving money and investing that money when you have massive debt that you're paying 15 to 20% interest on? That's why you need to pay off that debt first. Step 2 is setting up a rainy day fund. We've all heard that one before. Let's say you're debt free. Check. Zero credit card bills. Check. Student loans. Check. Everything is paid off. The next step is to set up a rainy day fund. You need to have money put aside in case things go wrong, the economy goes down the drain, you're laid off, there's family emergency, something like that. Or, sometimes those health bills cost upwards of $1,000. That's, things go wrong. Anything can go wrong. And when something goes wrong, you need cash. When things go wrong, as I like to say, when shit hits the ceiling, you need solid cash. And financial advisors recommend that you have saved 4 to 6 months of expenses as solid cash. This is money that is easily accessible to you. This is money that is either in your savings or your checking account. Me personally, I have 5 months of expenses put aside in my savings account. And why did I pick a savings account instead of a checking account? Well, because I'm getting 2% interest in my Amex savings account as we speak. Checking accounts have close to zero interest. Anyway, so it's basically up to you how much money you want to put aside as solid cash and easy to access cash for your rainy day fund. And I would only touch that money if there's an emergency. My recommendation would be 4 to 6 months worth of expenses, nothing more than that. Everything from that point on should be invested. Moving on to our third step, and quite frankly, it is my favorite step. Third step is to invest. You need to move from spending to investing. In fact, spend to invest and think long term. And I want to emphasize on that. You need to think long term. Open a 401k or a Roth IRA or even any other individual brokerage account and invest. My employer does not offer a 401k, so what did I do? I set up a Roth IRA and I contribute to that Roth IRA quite frequently. But whatever account you choose, you need to invest regularly and think long term. Here's an image that shows how much money you need to invest daily, monthly, or yearly to reach that $1,000,000 threshold by age 65. Yes, I said 65, and that probably scared a lot of you. Like I said, you have to think long term. Let's say you're 25. You would only need to invest $3.57 daily, or that is $109 monthly, or just over $1,300 yearly to get there. Now, what is investing $109 monthly? That's nothing. I think it's very doable. Even if you start later in life, like in your 30s or when you're 35 or 40, I think it's still very doable. You will just need to invest a little more. Time is your biggest asset. If you're young, don't wait, just do it. Here's another breakdown of basically the same concept, and it tells you the earlier you start investing, the easier it is to reach that $1,000,000 mark. The key is to start early in your life and invest heavily in equity when you're young, like in your 20s or 30s or even early 40s, and roll out over time. I've covered the basics of investing and how to start investing in another video. Be sure to check that out. But for those of you who know a little bit about investing, you need to take the longer term approach. Don't let the market scare you. There's absolutely no reason to react to market swings. Stay calm and think long term. Just know that the market has always recovered. And like Warren Buffett said, never bet against the United States. America's economy has always recovered. Anyway, once you start investing, you need to add to your investments frequently. Now, that could be every week, every month. I don't know, just whatever works for you. I personally add $200 a week to my portfolio. I will share my portfolio with you guys in another video, but like I said, I invest about $200 a week, which is $800 a month. Don't let that scare you. You need to start somewhere. Take a start and add over time. We all need to start somewhere. By the way, that's why this meme applies to me. After all the direct deposits hit, there isn't much left. But I don't care because I know it's going to pay off in the long run. When I first started out, I was only contributing about $50 every month. Now that sounds more doable for most of us, but as I got a better job, I started contributing more. But I did start with only $50 a month. Finally, the last step, and the most difficult one for most of us. The last step is to sit back and let compounding do its magic. Be patient with your investment. Don't cash out and don't lose patience. Investing long term is a patience game. Believe me, you'll be very happy when you see the fruits of those investments in the long term. Compounding is a beautiful thing and it takes zero effort on your end. Those blue chip stocks you invest in will pay dividends. Reinvest those dividends and let compounding do its magic. If this does not make sense, be sure to check out my How to Begin Investing video. The link is in the description. If you want to read about success stories on this approach, Google Ronald Read and read about how he accumulated wealth on a tiny income. With this easy approach, there are many success stories like this. This is just one. Aim high. Don't aim for $1 million. Aim for 4, 5, or 6 million. Make sure you have a goal. As your income goes up, invest more. Regan's story is just a proof that it's possible. You don't want to be 65 and have nothing to show for. Start investing. There are numerous books you can read regarding investing. I will do a separate video on some of my favorite books and which ones I recommend. One last thing. There are many retirement calculators or investment calculators online. Here's one on Investopedia. Play with the numbers and see what works for you. See how much you need to save, how frequently you need to invest. Maybe you will also fall in love with investing just like I did. I hope this video made sense to you. Leave a comment below and tell me what you guys think. Also, if you like this video, be sure to hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe.